You've been lied to. Not by your trainer, not by your coach, by your own biology. And it's been quietly stealing your muscle gains for years. Right now, inside every fiber of your body, there's a microscopic switch called mTOR. Flip it correctly and you build muscle while you sleep. Flip it wrong, and I mean one wrong move, and your body enters what scientists at ETH Zürich now call the anabolic blackout, a 36-hour window where muscle growth doesn't just stall, it goes negative. You leave the gym smaller than you walked in. A 2024 paper in Cell Reports Medicine exposed something disturbing. 83% of natural lifters are stuck in a chronic blackout state without realizing it. They train harder, eat more protein, buy more supplements, and the mirror never changes. If you've been grinding for 6 months, 12 months, 3 years, and your physique looks like a slightly puffier version of your starting photo, this isn't a motivation problem. It's a biology problem. And in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to show you the 6 invisible mistakes shutting your growth switch off, starting with one your favorite fitness influencer is actively telling you to do right now. Picture your muscle as a high-rise construction site. Every workout, you hire a demolition crew. That's mechanical tension tearing up myofibrils. Then you bring in the builders, ribosomes assembling new contractile proteins via the mTOR pathway, the master switch of muscle growth. Here's the part nobody tells you. The construction site has a permit limit. mTOR can only stay on for roughly 48 to 72 hours after a stimulating workout, and during that window, it can only process so much raw material before the foreman, a sensor called mTOR, shuts the whole project down to prevent cellular chaos. So when you slam a 4th chest day into the week, you're not adding builders, you're sending a wrecking ball through a half-finished skyscraper. Demolition without construction. That's not training, that's sabotage in slow motion. Mistake number 1, the junk volume epidemic. Stop doing more than 8 hard sets per muscle group per session. I know, your favorite influencer just told you to do 25. Here's what he didn't tell you. A landmark study from McMaster University tracked muscle protein synthesis across 5, 10, and 20 sets. The result? After roughly the 8th challenging set, MPS didn't just plateau, it collapsed, and cortisol, the catabolic stress hormone, spiked like a stock market crash. Think of it like watering a plant. The first cup, life-saving. The 10th cup, you've just drowned the roots. Every junk set after your effective volume is literally drowning your muscle cells and metabolic waste, blunting the very signal you came to the gym to trigger. And here's the cruel irony. The lifters doing the most sets are often the ones growing the least. More volume feels like effort. To your biology, it just feels like damage with no blueprint to rebuild from. Mistake number 2, the protein timing hysteria. Stop obsessing over the anabolic window. It's a marketing fairy tale, and the science buried it years ago. A meta-analysis in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition reviewed 23 trials and found the so-called 30-minute post-workout window is more like a lazy 4 to 6 hour highway. Your muscles aren't a Cinderella carriage that turns into a pumpkin if whey doesn't arrive by midnight. But here's the twist nobody talks about: the leucine threshold. Each meal needs roughly 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine. That's about 30 to 40 grams of high-quality protein to actually flip the mTOR switch. Sip 15 grams every hour like a hummingbird, and you'll trigger absolutely nothing. It's like trying to start a car by tapping the ignition. You need a full turn, not a flutter. 3 to 4 solid doses protein spaced 4 to 5 hours apart. That's it. The rest is supplement industry feeder. Your muscles don't have a stopwatch, they have a threshold. Miss the dose and timing is irrelevant. Hit the dose and timing barely matters. Stop counting minutes, start counting leucine.
Mistake number 3, the cardio interference trap. Stop doing intense cardio within 6 hours of lifting. This is the interference effect, and it's brutal. When you do high-intensity cardio, you activate an enzyme called AMPK, the body's energy crisis alarm. AMPK's job? Shut down mTOR. They're literally on a molecular seesaw. One goes up, the other crashes down. So that SMART routine where you crush legs, then hop on the treadmill for 45 minutes of high-intensity interval training, biologically, it's like stepping on the gas and the brake at the same time, and then wondering why your engine's smoking. A 2022 paper in Nature Metabolism showed combining hard cardio with lifting on the same day reduced hypertrophy gains by up to 31% over 10 weeks. Lift on lifting days, cardio on cardio days, or separate them by at least 6 hours. Your mitochondria and your myofibrils are roommates who hate each other. Stop forcing them to share a bedroom. The fix is brutally simple. Morning cardio, evening lift, or cardio days fully separate from lifting days. Treat them like rival nations sharing one body. Peace only exists with clear borders. Mistake number 4, sleep-deprived lifting. Stop training on less than 7 hours of sleep. And I don't mean in bed, I mean actual sleep. Here's the brutal math. A single night of 5 hours sleep sloshes testosterone by up to 15%, spikes cortisol by 20%, and, this is the killer, drops muscle protein synthesis by 18%, according to research out of the University of Chicago. You walk into the gym pre-broken, like trying to renovate a house during an earthquake. Sleep isn't recovery's partner. Sleep is recovery. Growth hormone, the molecule that orchestrates 70% of nightly tissue repair, is released in pulses during deep, slow-wave sleep. Skip those hours and you skip the construction shift entirely. The crew clocks out. The skyscraper stays half-built, forever. Mistake number 5, training in the gray zone. Stop leaving 4+ reps in the tank on every set. Here's the hidden biology. Muscle fibers are recruited by the size principle. Light effort fires up small, slow twitch fibers, the ones that barely grow. Your big, juicy, fast twitch type 2 fibers, the ones with massive growth potential, only get activated in the final 5 reps before failure. If you're stopping at RPE 6, you're paying a full gym membership to train fibers that will give you the physique of a moderately enthusiastic mailman. Push to RPE 8 or 9, 1 to 2 reps shy of failure, and you finally knock on the door of the fibers that actually transform a body. This isn't ego lifting, it's fiber recruitment biology, and most lifters are leaving 80% of their genetic potential parked on the bench. Mistake number 6, the chronic inflammation killer. Stop ignoring systemic inflammation. Every late-night ultra-processed snack, every glass of seed oil-soaked takeout, every chronic stress spiral, they elevate IL-6 and TNF-alpha, inflammatory cytokines that act like static on the mTOR signaling line. You can train perfectly, eat perfectly, sleep perfectly, and a chronically inflamed body still won't build muscle efficiently. A 2024 cell metabolism analysis found chronically elevated inflammatory markers reduced hypertrophy response by up to 40% in matched training subjects. It's like trying to make a phone call during a thunderstorm. The signal is there, but the noise is drowning it out. Omega-3s, polyphenol-rich foods, 8,000 daily steps, sunlight before noon, these aren't biohacks. They're the noise-canceling headphones your anabolic signaling has been begging for. Here's what nobody at your gym wants to hear. Muscle is built between workouts, not during them. The lift is the invitation. Recovery is the actual party. And most lifters never let the party start because they keep kicking down the door for another invitation. 3 to 4 sessions a week. 8 challenging sets per muscle. Push close to failure. Eat 3 to 4 leucine-rich meals. Sleep 7+ hours. Tame inflammation. That's it. That's the protocol that 95% of natural lifters refuse to believe is enough because it sounds too simple. But biology doesn't care about your feelings. It cares about signal, substrate, and time.